Hi, my name is Dana, and I'm with Austin Opera, and I am so excited to share this series with you called And They Lived Happily Ever After, all about fairy tale operas and how they relate to us. Now you might be thinking, what do opera and fairy tales have to do with me? And listen, I get it. When I was your age, I didn't think anyone like me went to the opera, and honestly, I didn't even like opera. But as I got older, I started learning more about opera, and the more I learned, the more I understood that opera is actually for everyone. So let's play a little trivia game and see how much you already know about opera. I'm not like any opera characters. They're all super loud and overdramatic and wear these big poofy ball gowns or Viking helmets with horns coming out of their heads. Just like that. That was Brunhilde, who you saw singing a moment ago and in the photo below. Now, Brunhilde was a character created by a composer named Wagner. And Wagner created this very strong Viking woman who was a great character, but a bit over the top and dramatic, and since then has become a bit of the stereotype of what opera is. But Brunhilde was just one character in an opera from a long time ago. And while sometimes there are opera characters that have a bit of a dramatic flair, there are many, many opera characters, especially in today's operas, that have characters that are totally normal, everyday people, just like you and me. Oh, Brunhilde, you can stay with us. You're actually pretty fun to be with, in an over-the-top, exaggerated, melodramatic kind of way.
Oh, thank you! Oh, thank you! Oh.
Moving right along. All operas are sung in foreign languages. True or false?
False.
Operas come in all kinds of shapes and lengths and languages. In addition to experiencing operas in other languages, many operas today are written in very familiar languages like English and Spanish. But you could find operas in almost any language, which makes it a really wonderful and enriching and cultural experience to step into someone else's life.
All operas are long. Yes or no? No.
You might be surprised to know that not every opera is 2 hours or longer.
Operas come in all different lengths. Some are longer, like movies, and some are shorter, like the length of your favorite TV show. Others are even shorter, as short as 10 minutes long. Austin Opera produces operas of various lengths, as well as local companies like LOLA and 1 Ounce Opera. Opera companies all over are attracting longtime opera goers and new opera fans who are interested in attending operas of all different shapes and sizes.
And many of these operas are written about everyday people, just like you and me.
To go to the opera, you must A. Wear a ball gown or tuxedo. B. Spend a lot of money. C. Watch the show in a very large and fancy theater with multiple chandeliers on the ceiling. Or D. None of the above. D. None of the above.
Sometimes opera gets a bit of a reputation for being a little hoity-toity and attracting very elite opera goers. So as a darling, you put the marmalade next to the escargot, not on top of it. But a very fun thing about today's operas is that you can catch an opera almost anywhere. In warehouses, in airports, in schools, in backyards even. And many of these operas are not expensive for opera goers.
Now, don't get me wrong. If you ever have the opportunity to see a full-scale live opera in a beautiful theater, I highly recommend it. It's a really special and magical experience. Austin Opera, our local professional opera company, often opens dress rehearsals to students free of charge. It's a fantastic and really exciting experience to witness a full-scale opera production with large casts of opera singers and choristers and a full orchestra. The sound is incredible and it's visually stunning. There's really nothing quite like it.
Having operas in all of these unexpected spaces makes opera so accessible to everyone, which is so very important in today's day and age.
No one like me writes operas. Yes or no?
Opera composers like Verdi and Mozart have written some amazing operas that we treasure and we still perform today. And those operas have inspired new generations of opera composers, much more diverse opera composers, which is so exciting for the opera community to see all these important stories brought to life by these new composers.
An opera singer, A, sings with no amplification, like a microphone. B, projects their voice over a full orchestra. C, is an athlete and trains daily. Or D, all of the above. D, all of the above.
Opera singers aren't superheroes. We're just people that really like to sing and have worked really hard at it. Opera is a celebration of the natural human voice. And guess what? You have one of your very own. And maybe someday you'll sing opera, and maybe you won't. But you have a voice of your own, and we all have the gift to use our voice to make a difference in this world.
So let's take a minute to review what we've learned today. Opera is fun, relatable, relevant, happens in unexpected spaces, and, yep, you guessed it, for everyone.
I hope you've had fun playing this opera trivia game with me today, and maybe learned a few things along the way too. But most importantly, I hope you now know that opera is for everyone.